So it's been a minute, and I haven't really discussed my weight loss journey a whole lot. And I want to talk about some of the things that I have learned during my weight loss journey. And I've talked about some of the things to do, some of the things to start doing. Obviously, I've done just about every meal prep I can think of. And obviously, there's a lot more, but I've never really dove into what things I learned that kind of helped keep me going, kind of helped push me forward, and kind of helped move things along and make things easier, to be quite honest. But there's about 5 things that I've come up with, and the first one, kind of dumb, but I have talked about this a lot, and it was very important in building kind of that mentality of this is it, this is what's happening, and I gotta keep pushing forward whether I like it or not, because there is no going back. And I've talked about it before, but one of them was being able to get rid of all of my clothes and realize just how important that was to me, because getting rid of all of my weight loss clothes as I went was one of those things like, hey, you're doing this is gonna happen whether you like it or not. Like, this is it, because there's no going back, and you're not spending a bunch of money on bigger clothes again, because bigger clothes are, more expensive. It's just how it works. And so it was one of those, like, you've got to do this or it's not, like, this is it. And so that was a big one. Another one that helped, that I learned about, was being able to get rid of my joint pain, because I thought that I was never going to get rid of it. I thought it was here to stay. I thought I was going to have bad knees. I had planters in my foot, and I thought that joint pain was never going to go away, which is another one. I thought I was going to have surgery. But backtracking is, I had really bad planters heal, and it hurt to get up in the morning. It hurt to walk. I couldn't walk very well when I first would get up in the morning. It took about, 20 minutes, half hour, sometimes 45 minutes to really get the joints moving. And when I lost my first either 10 or 15 pounds, I used to play baseball when I was younger, and so I would do catcher stretches, is what I called them, where you do the squats and whatnot, and it would help stretch my knees, the front of my calves, and a little bit of the back of my calves and my heels. Well, when I lost my first 10 to 15 pounds, I was just going through the motions of my daily routine, like, hey, this is what we're doing today, we're going on a walk, I'm going to eat my breakfast, blah, 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 and I would do my stretches. So I went down, and I went to stretch, and I want to say the first one to go was my right ankle. Heel kind of popped, like you crack your knuckles kind of thing. Heel popped, and I felt the relief shoot up the side of my calf, up the side of my thigh, and up to the side of my hip. Like, that was the weirdest yet most satisfying feeling ever, and it was very strange, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit. And so, not thinking anything of it, I kind of went about my day and realized, oh, that pain has kind of gone away. I still had pain in the other side, but I'm like, you know what? That's a step, right? That's a step in the right direction. Cool. Well, then a day or two later, I said, I'm going to try the other one now. I'm going to see if I can do the other one. And I did the other one, and I went down, and I bent down, and that one popped. And apparently that one was way worse, because I felt the relief shoot up my entire calf, up the side of my thigh, and up to the top of my hip, almost into my lower back. Like, that one must have been pretty bad. But to get rid of that was one of those, like, again, like, hey, this is the reward of losing all of this weight. Let's keep that and not go back to that, and let's keep moving forward. And then, like I said, I thought I was going to have to get surgery on my knees. I thought my knees were in such bad shape that I was going to have to get surgery on my knees. And I was already preparing for it. I had prepared for even weight loss surgery. I'm like, this is never going to go away. This is just how it's going to be, and I'm going to have to do this. Well, again, about another, 20 or so pounds, I realized that wasn't going to happen. And I was very glad that that wasn't going to happen, because I really thought that was going to happen. Eventually, the pain just kind of went away, and it just was kind of like a second thought, like, oh, hey, my knees don't hurt anymore. My knees don't feel stressed out. I was like, oh, bet. It really was just carrying around 350 plus pounds. Like, sweet, excellent. So that was nice to kind of cross off the list and be like, yay, I don't have to worry about that. Let's go, you know, one of those things. So then the second, I guess, to last thing, or top two, whatever, one of the things that I thought I was never going to get rid of was I had really bad heartburn and acid reflux. Like, it was really bad. And it was one of those things where I thought maybe, was it genetic or something? Was it something that I wasn't going to be able to get rid of? Was it something I was just going to have to watch as I went along in life? Like, I thought it was going to be one of those things. It had kind of subsided. It had kind of, I don't know if it's necessarily gone away, but as of right now, over the past 2.5 years, it sure feels like it's gone away. And I'm going to let that chariot ride as long as I possibly can. And I'm going to let it go. I'm gonna let it stay in the past. That was another thing that I learned was, yes, through the power of food, I was able to change that and kick it to the curb. And then the last thing, which was a big motivator, was my cholesterol. And I know that there's the science behind cholesterol, whether it's, is it really worth it? Is it really worth testing? What is it? Blah, blah, blah. I know. I get it. But for me, that was something that I thought and was told by multiple doctors, by multiple physicians, that I was never going to get rid of that. That it was never going to get lowered. It was going to stay the same. Nothing was going to change. For most of my weight loss journey, it stayed that way. And as I got closer to that 100-pound mark, and actually I think I had gone over that 100-pound mark, I was freaking out. I was like, man, I'm going to lose all this weight, and I'm still going to have to take cholesterol pills. I'm still going to have to do cholesterol this, cholesterol that. I'm going to have to eat very strict, more strict than I was already eating. And I thought, man, this really sucks. And my current family doctor came up to me. He's like, hey, do you want to do this? I said, you know what? Let's do one more. I said, and if it doesn't change, then that's it. I've accepted it. I'm still going to keep eating the way I'm going to eat, but let's give it one last shot. So went, took the blood test, and waited. He had texted me, said, hey, check your email. And I went, oh, great, here we go. So I opened it up, and I took a deep breath, and I opened it. Not only had I lowered it, I had lowered it significantly, and not only had I lowered the bad stuff, I had basically flipped the good stuff to the number that the bad stuff was at. So not only had I completely lowered the bad stuff, I had 180'd to the good stuff. But in that moment, that showed me that all the hard work, all the dedication, all of the, no, Gabe, you can't eat this right now. You got to focus on your weight. You got to focus on your health. You need to focus on this right now. It's hopefully only going to take a little bit, but you need to focus on yourself. And it showed me that all of that hard work and all of that dedication paid off. And it was one of the most surreal, satisfying moments ever. I knew then that everything I was doing was for a good cause. And I get it, everybody's different. I know that. This is my story to you guys. This is how I did things. This is how I accomplished what I accomplished. And it's one of those things where I'm sure there's somebody out here, hopefully, trying to do the same thing. And do I expect that to reach that? Who knows? I hope so. But to see that everything I've done is all for the right reasons means that much more to me. But I hope that you guys got something out of this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, and you're new, and you want to see more, and more food stuff, and more goofy, idiot, stupid me, kidding, but if you want to see more, hit that sub button, throw a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and as always, peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.